Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines, currently in Thailand. Well, yesterday I made my border run down to Ranong, Thailand. It's southern Thailand. It's about 250 miles one way. It's a long trip, 5 hours. I think 250 miles, I'm not sure. 300 some kilometers. So yeah, it's a long trip. Luckily, the visa run place is right below downstairs of this building. So I just walk down, get 6 a.m., jump in the van. I had an Irishman sitting next to me. There was another American girl from Hawaii, another guy from Bellingham, and a couple of Greeks. I'm not sure where the others are from, maybe Germany, or I didn't talk to some of them. Just I talked to the Irishmen and the Americans. You know, it was a good trip. We rolled down the highway. The guy's real comfortable van, big leather seats. We go down the highway for a few hours first, and in the dark. It's still dark at 6, just getting light when we're rolling out of town. It's kind of neat. We roll down. He stops for coffee, brings out pastries and fruit, bananas and stuff. We stop at a coffee shop. He picks up the tab for all the coffees. Jump back after a half hour bathroom break and go out and head down the road and get down to Ranong. And it's a dock. You go down a canyon. It's all driving through these beautiful plantations through rural Thailand. It's rubber plantations, palm oil plantations. They were harvesting palm oil, and they're always harvesting. There was pineapples. You see truckloads of pineapples, truckloads of durian. There's durian trees and stuff. It's just a produce. It's trees on both sides. It's driving through the forest all the way with small little towns. It's kind of a ruralish, like rural America, small towns, agriculture, but it's mostly just forested, you know, and it actually goes through some wilderness or some national park forests. So it's pretty cool country. It's just beautiful and breathtaking. I'll upload some video. It'll probably give you guys a headache watching it. You can watch a little bit of it and get the gist of it, but yeah, going down the highway at 60 miles an hour. But I tried to get some, and I got some footage of over in Myanmar. Yeah, and then we get down, we go through a canyon, we come down on a boat dock, and we go through Thai immigration to stamp out of the country on a dock, in a little office on a dock. And we go down the dock and get on a boat. It was a bigger boat this time. Twin 300 Hondas or 250 Hondas, 250 Hondas or something, bigger boat. And there was like parties from another border run agency running with us. So there was like a dozen people or a couple dozen people on board. And we went all over, went across about a half-hour boat ride over to Myanmar, Burma. They're having a civil war going on right now, but it seemed peaceful enough to me. And beautiful, just beautiful. They have temples and shrines all over. It's just kind of a beautiful island. I think it's an island. Kathong Island or something like that. I probably ain't pronouncing it right. But it's nice, and you go up and you walk up the dock. We got off and we had to walk across some other, looked like Vietnamese junker ships or something. It was pretty cool. They were real Asian looking ships. And we go out walking up to the beach, and it's just a plywood shack, basically, and there's 40 of us under there getting our passports stamped, and then we leave again. But we stood in line, and when they got to my passport, I stood in line and I handed them my passport. And we have a printout of our passport they keep. And they looked at my passport, and of course it had to have been mine. And all of a sudden, all 5 immigration guys were standing around looking at my passport, scratching their head, thumbing through it, and they were speaking in Thai or Myanmaric, whatever they speak. And I didn't know what was going on. And then they finally, the guy that came with us, he come over and he says, "Yeah, they forgot to stamp you out of Thailand." And I'm like, really? Here I am, an illegal immigrant in Myanmar, and they could just thump me on the head and kidnap me now. But yeah, he says, "I'll hang on to your passport until we get back to Thailand, and I'll go through the office with it." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's gonna hold my passport, but it was unstamped. So I guess the Myanmar guys stamped me out, in and out, I guess. And we go back down, get on the boat, and go across the sea. Ride, beautiful ride. It's just beautiful ocean. Of course, a beautiful day in Thailand every day. Waves weren't bad or nothing. Eagles all over swirling around. It looks like Alaska if you look out from the bluffs over. It looks almost Alaska, like southeast Alaska. There's pine trees. It looks like spruce trees, just like it almost. But anyway, and then we got off there, and the guy we get to the dock, and they did fix my passport, and I was able to stamp through, and they stamped me up. The lady at the immigration was kind of grouchy when we checked out, or when we stamped out. She yelled at a couple of the people that were there, just barked at them. She was telling them instructions in Thai, and they didn't understand, and she kind of barked at them because they didn't do what she said, which I guess she probably loses her patience after working with her. I don't know. It's just having a bad day. But yeah, she barked at a couple of us. And yeah, and the whole crew was good, and we all laughed and had fun. And right after that, they brought us up out of the canyon from the dock. It's down on the lower. It's just a big river, like about a 4 or 5 mile river. It took us about a half hour to get across. But then we climbed back up out of the canyon and up on top of the bluff. And there's a beautiful, quaint restaurant looking out over the Andaman Sea. It's just beautiful right there. And we had a picnic table right out on the patio. When we got up, it was all set with food, just like last time. They had all this Thai food. Thai shrimp, Thai rice and pots, and these little crab cake things, and chicken. They just had about 3 or 4 different, and vegetables, and it was all really good. Of course, hot and spicy, just like the Thais like it. Burns your face off. It was all normal food to these people. It's just scalding your tongue off. But anyway, it was good, and we all ate, and free, nothing, no pay. That guy took care of it all. And I left 100 tip just for the workers there. I felt guilty. I walked out, and we got back in the van, and then it was another 5-hour ride home. Boy, that was long. I talked to them interesting people. I got to talk a little politics with the Irishman and stuff. And I got to shoot down some Trump TDS problems. Some of the Americans had TDS. The guy from Washington and the lady from Hawaii, I got into it with them a little bit. But the Irishman was telling me, he says, yeah, Trump's going to really hurt on us because he's going to lower your taxes to where all the big tech companies are all in Ireland. They go there because they only get a 12.5% tax. So that's why he said every major U.S. tech company is based out of Ireland. And the only reason they do it is because of the tax break. And I thought, wow, they made it big in the U.S., and then once they made it on the U.S. dollar, they take their company and base it over there so they don't have to pay taxes. But anyway, he was concerned that they're all going to move out, and he says, Ireland really doesn't have anything else, just grass. And I felt sorry for him, but yeah, we're not the world's charity anyway. The IMF is, But anyway, not off subject on politics here. But anyway, yeah, and then we motored 5 hours home. And it was that last leg of the journey is kind of long. He stops along the way every hour and a half or so. We get out and stretch and get back in. We left at 6:30, and I'd say, and didn't get back till about 8 o'clock. So it's a long day. It was it's beautiful, just a beautiful drive through these forests all the way down. And then the boat trip, and then across there, and to get to see Myanmar a little bit, and you could see the people. They were using Thai money. I wondered if they were using what they were using for money, but I seen one guy out counting his money, and it was all Thai money. And all the little beggar kids that come running up that were there last time, I gave them all my 20 bahts. There's 60 cents. They make a 60-cent bill. So there's a bunch of beggar kids. I gave them one of them each. And this time they all came running up again. This time they all had handfuls of 20s and some hundreds. They had fistful of bills while they were begging for more. I said, no. You guys are doing okay. I didn't give them nothing this time. So anyway, yeah, they must get that every day. But there's nothing much there for them, so that's a good thing. And I'm glad to see that the tourists are opening a warm heart for them, for the little kids anyway. But yeah, that helps out. But yeah, it's a beautiful trip. And the whole deal, it'll stamp me in for another 60 days. And that cost me $150 for the whole trip. The trip alone was worth it for a tour. I would have paid $200 for that tour. We go down and go for a boat ride and go over to Myanmar and get a dinner and coffee and tea all the way, and drinks and snacks, and comfortable leather captain seats. It's just like it's got a air control and everything, just like an airplane, climate control right above your head. You can turn off the fan. He played soft music the whole way, and reggae on the way home. He's all American music, mostly, yeah, it's all American music. Played it down. Real good guy, real good company. I highly recommend him. A Visa run agency down in Condo Chain. If you need to if you want a good trip and you're lonely and bored, the good thing is you get to talk to other foreigners too. So if your day, if you've been not speaking English for a while, it'll be a good day for you to get in there and get to really chat with other foreigners that like-mindedly haven't spoke much English maybe too, And it's good socialization. And I can see making friends doing things like that, making those border runs, There's people I'll see again and say, hey, how you doing? Remember me, So yeah, that's always the good aspect. And plus I get my 60 days now, and then I can extend that for another 30 days for another 1,950 baht, so another $60 I can extend for another 30 days. So that'll give me another 3 months here in Thailand. That'll almost been here a year then, 9 months or whatever. So I'm gonna probably get a visa coming up, work on that this time. I wasn't sure where I'm gonna stay permanently or whatever, and I was thinking about going back to the Philippines yet, so I didn't want to do it just yet, but I don't think I'm going back to the Philippines, and I pretty much ruled that out for now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and see what kind of visa I can get. I was thinking about the Muay Thai boxing one where you go twice a week, but I don't know. That's the same price as a retirement, 40,000, I think, or for what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to hire an agent to help me with it. So it'll be 40,000, $1,300. But she said it'll get me 15 months, and then I don't know how much after a year after that. I think it's only a year after that, and then it'll be $1,000 or something. It won't be much. I could do it myself maybe then. So we'll see. I haven't decided. I got 3 months to work on it anyway. But anyway, it was a fun run, and I like doing it. And you always meet some characters. Me and the Irish guy, we had a laugh, belly laughs all morning long. It was good times, and everybody kind of joined in the conversation. Everybody's real friendly when you get in those situations. There was no idiots, no buttholes or anything. Everybody was really good on their best behavior. And I've done it twice now, and it's been a fun day both times. My complaint is it's long, and I'm not used to riding in cars, period. And the car ride for me long, it was exciting. I liked it, for about the first 3.5 hours. That last hour coming back, it was like, in the dark, These highways are nice, beautiful roads, straight, very little construction. They've got it fixed up pretty good, and it's like 2 or 3 lanes each lane both ways. It's a really nice highway, beautiful drive through rural Thailand all the way through southern Thailand down to Renang, and it gets more beautiful as you get further to the south too. It's just beautiful when you get to that Andaman Sea. It's just beautiful area. I could live there. It's the air and water look clean and everything. It's really nice. I liked it. It looked beautiful. Anyway, maybe I might start working my way south after I get to know my way around and get some transportation, go look around a little more. I might work my way down there. It looked like some pretty cool ocean down that way. Nice trees, nice forest. Get out of the city might be just what I need someday. I don't want to be too recluse like I was in Alaska, being out in the boonies with nobody around. That's no good either. So I'm going to find a happy, comfortable medium where I can go out on a market at night and go home in peace and quiet with my chickens and my dogs and monkeys hanging around, I guess. I don't know. Well, anyway, that was my border run. I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend Border Visa Run Agency. They are good people, really good bunch, and they really take care of it. It's just a tour is what it is. You get a card plaque of a tour, a boat tour across to Myanmar, and it stamps your passport, and all for 5,300 baht. It's a great deal. Fun trip. Do it even if you don't need it. If you're just bored, take it. Do it. I highly recommend it. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.